From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport. And driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome. Thanks for getting your pod on. Thank you for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. Oh, look who's back. Hillman after a while.
Here I am.
Matt Reese after seeing a place in Kentucky that had, was it 13 or 1,500 different bourbons?
1,300 different bourbons.
1,300.
Over 1,300.
Over 1,300.
Crazy.
How can you know, like, I didn't even know there were that many bourbons, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know
thought.
anything about bourbon.
Did you try some?
I didn't.
You didn't?
I'm not a bourbon guy.
Okay.
But I was talking to the guy. I was like, how do you keep track of where they are? He goes, honestly, we don't know where they all are. They're up there. We'd have to search for some, but we have the ones that always sell, and then we have the ones that just never sell. They just sit there and collect dust.
Yeah. Now that you were in Lexington because your girlfriend's daughter was looking at the University of Kentucky. That's a beautiful campus.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And that's a cool town.
The campus, it was a really cool town. I was shocked.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are.
Beautiful.
How much when you get out there, like horse country, too?
So if you went the one way, it was all like downtown.
Yeah.
If you went the other way within a mile, you had all horse farms.
Yeah.
These houses on these horse farms are amazing.
Money. Dude.
Millions.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Isn't it? It's like we think of Kentucky, like I always refer to, I swear to God, we're more redneck here.
We are in some spots for sure.
Where I grew up in Appalachia, I mean, New York, yes.
Yeah, I grew up in Hamlin. I get it.
Yeah. I mean,
Isn't that where all the big name trainers, aren't they headquartered out of that area because of the Churchill Downs, or are they
I don't know
elsewhere?
the answer to that. I don't know. I would think that you're right, but I don't know because I'm sure somebody will go, well, come on, man.
I forget the name of the racetrack we went to, though. On Sunday, we went there, and there was thousands and thousands of people.
Really?
It looked like the mini Kentucky Derby was going on. People were all dressed up to the nines. We're like, oh, shit. We walk in hoodies.
It's kind of cool, man.
It was really cool. We sat.
Did you bet?
We went.
Did you win any?
Nelly hit one winner. I hit none. Not even close. I mean, not even probably 8th or 9th place. But
did you win anything on March Madness?
I did.
You did?
I hit a square for $2,000.
Nice, dude.
And then I was in
Didn't you do that for the Super Bowl, too?
I got a small one on the Super Bowl, not big. But I'm in a lot of these things.
Yeah.
The basketball one I wasn't, so I made money on this one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you have did you guys do brackets? Did you do brackets?
I didn't do a bracket.
I did a bracket.
I had Purdue. I just did it for myself, but I had the two final teams, and I picked the wrong team to win. I picked Purdue to win.
Yeah. Seton Hall's just a machine.
Whoa. Yeah, UConn. Yeah.
Or UConn.
Yeah, I mean, they are. You're absolutely right. And
Seton Hall won the NIT.
And it's that whole, it's the family. What's his name was, was he at UB for a minute?
Yeah. Hurley?
Hurley's, but not the UConn Hurley, the other, Bobby Hurley. Was at UB for a minute, right?
Yeah.
Is he coaching anymore?
He's out west somewhere.
Is he in Arizona? Arizona State, maybe? Or that Danny? Was that Danny that went there?
No, I think you're right.
Bobby's a former Duke guy.
Yeah, he is a former Duke guy, but right. And the other guy, I think, played for Seton Hall.
Yes.
I think he played for Seton Hall.
Yeah. That's why I always get confused.
And I remember that.
He's a great coach.
Yeah, he is. He is. So a package was sent to the studio, and I happened to not be here. I was running in and out. Somebody said, hey, a package is arriving today. So they leave the slip. I go to the post office, and I get there about 4:30 because I had boxing, and I wanted to run home. I had equipment being delivered, so I was trying to grab all this stuff. And I'm waiting in line. I forgot today. But most people file their taxes online, don't they? But the post office was a zoo.
I think if you owe money, you probably wait to the last day to send it out, right?
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
If you don't file online.
Yeah, so why pay it
Unless
online?
you file for an extension, which I may have done.
I did too.
Yeah, it's just, well, mine were so complicated.
I totally forgot. Oh, yeah, it's terrible when you own a business.
So, but it was crazy in there. So then the guy says to me, that truck isn't back till like 5:30. So I don't have, whatever this is for you, I don't know. But someone has a thing for you, buddy.
Yeah.
And it is you, Hillman. They do have a thing.
And it's probably somebody we know.
I don't know. I think it's somebody who does communicate with the podcast, but I don't know that it's somebody I know.
I don't know. I think it's one of these assholes at another station that's just fucking with us.
No. I don't think that. I really don't. I don't think that at all. Yeah, I really don't. And by the way, I think they're a big fan of yours because somebody will write me about you. Well, is Mark in tonight? Is Mark in? Where's Mark been? That kind of thing. So that's that I didn't have your package, but we will
Next week,
Yeah,
Next week he'll be holding your package.
I'll be holding my package.
next week.
It's almost as disappointing as the eclipse last week.
I know. Dude, but I got to tell you, like, I don't know, it sounds nutty, but I'm watching that whole eclipse thing. I was, like, pretty still in awe of that.
You guys had it great here. So we were in Kentucky for it.
Oh!
They had 98% coverage, but just like here, 15 minutes before, it went from bright sunny day to, like, cloudy, so we couldn't see it all. We didn't get near the darkness, no. It got dark, like, it was like a 4 o'clock on a Monday in January in Rochester type thing.
I got you.
Like, just gray.
Yeah.
And then it went back to being brighter out, and then the sun came out.
So Kevin and I were with my mom at Innovative Field.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
And we were down, and all of a sudden, like, the little bugs came out.
Oh, really?
The little gnats and things. But what was amazing to me was, I go, we did nothing to make this happen. Like, all this shit goes on. So whether you believe in God or a higher, there's something else, right? And I go, maybe we stress about the wrong shit in life. Right. Maybe we just need to relax, and the whole purpose is to have fun, and it's not supposed to be hard, and it's not supposed to be a grind, and because everything's done. It's like, I don't have to worry about the sun coming up or the sun going down or any of this shit. It's all done. It was a little weird. I know I got a little deep and introspective on it, and I went very deep and introspective on it. On
Drank
other
too many
podcasts.
Guinnesses.
Well, it might be. It could be, Matt. I can't deny that.
You went Danny deep.
Yeah.
So last night, I get all of a sudden. I think I was home already after we had done the pod earlier. By the way, just to let you know, Racing Randy and his street racing guys were in because they're doing a TV show.
How bad was it?
Not bad. I mean, here's the thing: you gotta like kind of experience being in a car and doing, like, I only did it once. Street racing, I did it in a drag strip in a couple of different cars in not Carms. And
I think we got to talk Carmen and taking this. I know they go down on there all the time.
Yeah, the Empire drag.
We'll talk to Matt. Matt's the nicer of the two.
But but it was pretty cool because they're doing, these guys, I didn't realize that street racing itself is like this whole underground crew around the state. Like, this one guy was from Albany, and he races like all over out to Iowa, down in Long Island, and they're not closing the roads. These are like underground races, and if you get caught by the cops, who knows what could happen. And he was a black guy, and I go to him, "You're a black guy doing this?" And he goes, "Yeah, I've been doing it for 30 years. Never
They used to have those guys at Bathtub Billy's on Westridge Road in the plaza.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That Sunday night group.
Yeah. Okay.
Crazy the
They
amount of
drag
cars.
from
in that.
Bathtub Billy's to
Right.
Hudson Walmart.
They started Hudson Walmart, go to Bathtub Billy's, go to the Mount Reed in Lyle. And then there was one other spot, and then they'd circle back all the way around. And they'd do it all over again.
Yeah. And how fast were they going?
Oh, they'd fly.
They were flying because, and the only dangerous part with that is other people on the road have no. That's why, like, I always hated that for that purpose, because we all hate the slow driver, but they've got a right to be on the road, and they're probably slow because they're driving the speed limit. And the rest of us all average 10 over.
We saw a guy get T-boned.
Yeah.
He was. There's no stopping when you get to the end of the parking lot. You got to go.
Yeah.
And a car was coming about 70 miles per hour, just nailed him.
Those are more Fast and
Destroyed
Furious type cars, though. Not like
this was
not like
these were young
78
kids.
Chevelles.
These are more like young kids, trying
Yeah.
to be cool like that.
Yeah. Well, those are the
Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
I mean, they
tricked
had
out
dirt
Fords.
bikes, four-wheelers, you name it, they had it all.
Yeah, because these guys were, you're right, they were more
These are
muscle cars.
muscle cars,
These
yeah.
were more muscle
Now,
cars.
these are just punks.
So they're trying to do a TV show, and they're going to film.
They're filming themselves breaking the law.
Go
All right,
ahead.
Gotcha.
Go ahead over there.
I got nothing.
Go ahead.
I got nothing.
All right. Well, speaking of that, last night, Jeffrey Rogers, who does GSL News, is that what it's
GSL, yep.
GSL News, has been on this podcast a few times. I got him on because that horrible fire in front of the Kodak Center, a lot of his footage was picked up by CNN and other news outlets around the country. Some of the bigger, more national stuff. I think like CBS News and all had used his stuff. So I was interested, and I go, this kid's got a hustle. And the one thing that we always seem to talk about is, kids not wanting to work, not doing anything today, no motivation, and especially sometimes there seems to be a little bit of a bias towards that with kids in the city. So I thought, oh, here's a kid, right, young black kid who's like hustling out there, doing the news and getting a lot of credit. So I had him in, and he is a young guy. That's the one thing, and he likes, it's an attention game as well. But so over time, now apparently I heard the story. He had been arrested for stealing a cop's car. A cop left a car running in like a sanctioned area. I don't know, wherever it was downtown. He took the car and drove it to a crime scene to go out and cover the crime scene. Yeah. And then he...
Wow.
Wait, this is a while ago? This is how he started his page?
This is like a while ago. I think he was in high school or something. So he got in trouble for that. I don't know if there was jail time or not.
The only reason he got caught was he got caught at a gas station filling
it back up.
Well,
He was
nice
trying
of him to put the gas
He was
back
trying
in.
to put gas back there. Thank you, Kevin. That's right. He was trying to put gas back in it, Matt.
Talk
so
about
he
really
could...
pushing your luck. Just take the thing back, man, or just leave it where you left it.
Well, I think he picked up some friends.
Oh, of course.
He talked about how they went and got some different snacks
I
and
think he
things.
was like 14 or 15 at this point.
Yeah, and somebody saw him at the gas station as he was putting gas back in it, and then when he drove it back, they came out and got him. So I don't know what the punishment was there or not for him. Then he has continued to cover news, but to protect himself because he goes into some scary areas, right? Sketchy areas. He has a taser. Well, I don't know that the taser was properly licensed. I'm not even sure if they're legal in New York State. I'm sure there's a workaround. Whatever it was, he didn't have it. So he winds up in front of a judge, and the judge, I think, gave him like a warning, and then it happens again. And the judge is like, "Look, I really can't keep doing this." So then he wound up doing 3 months. Then I think he did 8 months
in jail or
in
just,
jail
oh,
in
he
Monroe
did?
County lockup.
This is recent.
Yeah, and then just recently he went out and covered something, and it was then all these people who were sort of supporting him now turning on him, going, "This kid does nothing but get in trouble." And I said at the time, I go, I guarantee it's that taser thing again. I know what it was. He had gone to see his dad at Strong. His dad was in the hospital, and he was leaving. And the story was that he hit a curb or he hit a pole, a curb, and then got into an argument with the security at the U of R, and they arrested him, I guess, on a weapons charge, which would be that. So I thought
I think initially it was suspended license, and
oh, was it?
He hadn't gotten his license cleared up for some reason. There was a paperwork situation or something.
So I said, I feel like there's a little bit more to this because this kid, he's a small, slight kid, a little cocky, sure, confident, right? But so I don't know what all that went away, but it looked like he was in jail for the weekend. Because I had Sheriff Baxter in here, and Sheriff Baxter brought me in the chips. What were the name of the chips? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
There were chips that are only available in the jail.
That's wonderful.
So I said to him, "Hey,
they weren't bad.
They weren't bad. We tried them." I said, "Did you try these? Did you get these?" And he wasn't too happy with my questioning. But he, so then yesterday I get this video. Now I want to play the video. Did you already see it?
Is this the one with the car accident?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, this is him. So now, yeah, we're gonna look it up on the big screen. Wow. Now,
Sounds like he's moving.
Can I pause this for a second here? That back window, is there a back window, or is that covered with some kind of canvas?
It looks like it does. Looks like it's covered.
It does not look like a back window to me.
The outside the sky is gray, and then the back is all red.
It's all red. So I'm looking at this, and I'm wondering, I'm not sure there's a back windshield in this car. Now, he's live streaming. So already, I think this is illegal.
No, he's hands free, so you can.
Oh, you can? Yeah. You can live stream and do that?
I believe you can, as long as you're not
know.
holding the phone. I believe that's okay.
He's responding to people, right?
It looks like there's a bag or something on the back window covering up something broken.
Yeah, it does.
You can see it flapping.
But it gets so loud, that's why he stops. And when you listen to him, and it's kind of hard. Oh, and I'll make sure the audio comes through for the podcast and stuff later. But it's like when you're watching this, I think the bag is so loud that he says, "Why don't we just concentrate on listening to the scanner?" So watch this.
Because, again, if you're just going to be in, I need some refrain because my other one, I'm not going to be able to talk because this thing back here is...
This thing back there is too noisy, is what he's saying.
He looks like he's flying.
Definitely looks like he's moving.
Now watch this because
Hands are not at 10 and 2 either.
no, they're not. He's
What
kicked
is he?
back.
What is he bitching about this whole time?
He says he's going to Walmart to get rain boots, and he's going to explain it. But I don't. Oh, he was talking about basically if you were black and in an accident down south versus up north was the impression I got. I'm not exactly sure because I was only sent a portion of this whole live stream. But
Some
I got
people
it.
were saying he drove the wrong way down a street on purpose to get in the accident. Is what some people. I don't know. People say what they want, but that's what they were
Holy
saying.
shit. Why? I don't know. There could be.
He doesn't say he's doing that,
No,
but
he
all of a sudden
doesn't.
the car's head on.
He said that he was trying to merge, and it sounded like someone's cutting him off because if you listen to him, like he'll say, you watch his eyes because he keeps looking at the mirror because he can't look out the back window on his rearview mirror. Now, here it comes. It's going louder.
Try to get on or
Yeah.
into the expressway.
I feel like he didn't want the person to pass him.
I guess this is the only thing I think. Now he's grabbing both, right? He's right up on the.
Now he's at 10 and 2.
He's concentrating hard.
What the fuck?
There you go.
That almost looked a little intentional. Now that you said it.
Did anybody hear brakes squealing?
No.
There were no brakes
There's
squealing.
nothing.
There's nothing.
So
There's
the
nothing.
car hits him from
But
the
you
side.
didn't-
It looks like you said, because the airbag went off on the passenger side.
I think
You
it came out.
noticed
I
the
think it
airbag.
came out of the wheel. But
I thought it
Okay,
came out of the
maybe.
it
wheel.
didn't
on
sound
his
like
hand.
he
driver's
hit
side.
like a car because you would definitely hear a car noise.
Yeah.
It sounded like he might have hit like the guardrail or
I
the
don't
end
know
of the
what he hit.
guardrail.
It sounded like, somebody's trying to pass you on the right there and it's ending soon. And you're like, nah, fuck you. You're not going to pass me. And whatever, they speed up so you can't.
All right.
Or
That's
hit
what
one
it
of
felt
those
like he was
construction
doing
barrels.
there. Like he was like, fuck
I'm
you, you're not
watching
getting by
it.
me.
Never hits the brakes. I hear no tires squealing, nothing. And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, and people do not like this kid.
So obviously he can't go anywhere. He stops. He gets in an accident and the cops come.
I guess, but I think the state police showed up. So
We had to have been on the. It sounds like he was on like the highway, so that would be state police.
Yeah. Why is he running now then?
I don't think he's running because this allegedly happened a couple days ago, and I don't know.
I saw it yesterday. So
Yeah,
I'm not
so
sure
did
when it
I.
happened,
So I
but-
called him, and he and I spoke, and he goes, I'm told not to talk about it. So I was trying to get him to come on. He goes, I'm going to Florida. And I said, oh, he goes, no. This was a trip that was scheduled already. So I'm going to Florida. And I don't know why. So I said, can I call you back at 1 and just ask you because really sad today or last night in Syracuse, three cops were shot, 2 fatally.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Was it 3 that were shot total?
I thought, well, that's what he said. I didn't do any more
I know 2
investigation.
died were definitely shot. I wasn't sure about the 3rd. It's possible.
Yeah, he said to me, if I had a car, I would have been down there today. He goes, but I am leaving for Florida. My flight's at 5 o'clock or whatever like that. So I said, let me call you at 1. Well, I called and called. He kept just sending me right to voicemail.
Yeah.
But he said, I can't. I'm told not to talk about it. He said, but this is not. I wasn't. I don't know, man. It just looks. The whole thing looks bad to me as I'm looking at it. And again, you're seeing a video and not the whole thing, right? But it looks like there's no back windshield, which should be I mean, if you can't see out that shit, you shouldn't be driving.
Did see that a couple times in Kentucky, though. I'm not going to lie.
Yes, but that back window was covered by a gun rack, so it's cool. There's something blocking.
But even like clear plastic.
Yeah.
That's not clear
No,
plastic.
that was like a red plastic
yes.
of some kind.
It's my tinted plastic. is what it
Yeah.
is. My tinted.
Yeah. Well, anything's possible.
So he's got that, and then there's no attempt to even brake. At least
No.
it sounds. I mean, he sped up for whatever he was doing.
I
And then,
still don't think he hit a. I don't think he hit a car.
well, he said there was it was a 2-car accident. I thought there was a 2-car accident. So it involved another thing, but no one injured or hurt. So I don't know if he
sound
like.
like he hit a
is
car,
it
though.
possible that he ran into, let's say, a
construction
light
barrel,
post
somebody
or
hit him?
something? Yeah.
But he also didn't film this because he films everything. But this he didn't film it because he stopped filming there.
Right there, he jumps. He turns it off.
Never continues
No.
filming. So
No.
that tells me he might have done something wrong.
I'm surprised he doesn't have like just a dash cam versus the cell phone on him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I agree. That's actually pretty
So
smart.
So if he
look
did
at that.
something
Kevin
wrong,
says something smart.
Kevin says a lot of things smart.
Kevin likes busting his own chops. Simmer down.
so if he did something wrong, he just filmed himself doing it live.
Yeah.
And he didn't take
Absolutely.
it down, which you probably take that down.
So I get a text. I got a bunch of people sending me this video several times. So at first I'm watching it and it's just him talking. I'm like, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Then somebody goes, you have to watch this to the end. Then I watched to the end. It's terrible, but I laughed my ass off when I saw him get in the accident. Come on, Mark, a little
Right.
bit.
It's like those,
I mean, there
it's like
was
those
something-
clickbait videos on
Yeah.
Facebook. What? Make sure you watch the end.
Right.
Yeah, watch to the end. But then I got a text from someone last night, and the text said, Bill, I know you like this kid, Jeffrey Rogers, but here's another example of him getting into trouble, this time a car, quote-unquote, accident. Okay. I hate the way people think of him as a real journalist. And every time he is on with Lonsberry and on your podcast, it gives him credibility he doesn't deserve. He's a pretender to the throne who chases ambulance in his tricycle.
I mean, to be honest, he is a real journalist. I mean, ambulance chasing is a lot of reporters.
Well, this was my thing is I go, I feel like this kid has the right intentions, but I also think he's a kid looking to get attention.
Right.
So he's going to do some stupid shit.
Right.
But whatever that was really fucking dumb.
But how many reporters do you know around town that are trying to get attention for things so that their stories?
100%.
Who the hell wants to stay in Rochester?
Well, the thing-
I want to go to New York, or I want to
Yes.
go to L.A.
Well, the thing now is like the whole thing is an attention game on social media
Right.
completely.
Yeah.
For the podcast, all of it. It's attention game. And so I understand it, but there's a lot of people who just don't like what he's doing. I think he's
Then we
making
are done
such a-
with the attention game. You go into politics. Do you ever notice those attention people in media end up in
Oh,
politics?
yeah, like who? I can't think of anybody. Maggie Brooks?
Maybe Rachel Barnyard.
Oh, God, I
Prince
forgot
Randy?
about I forgot
All of a
about
sudden, see, we do have a couple of them.
I
We just
forgot.
dropped a hat
Donna
trick.
Didi, we did. Well, we did.
And I like all of them, by the
Donna's
way.
not in politics.
I
She's
like-
running Holy
I
Child.
mean,
She was though.
She wasn't in politics.
Yeah, she was.
Who?
Maggie Brooks.
Oh, yeah.
Donna
she-
Didi, you said.
Oh,
Oh, Donna Didi. She was doing politics for a while, wasn't she?
I don't
She
think so.
left at
She
one time
ran
to
a
Holy
school.
Child.
Yeah, she ran a school.
Oh.
Yeah, she didn't. But Maggie Brooks was, and she seemed to do a pretty decent job. I don't know, but then got her husband some jobs, right? Wasn't there that
Right.
controversy? And
Airport job, right?
yeah, and then Rachel is.
No, she's a
I believe me. Look, man, I can't say much, but I know more than I should on
Do you-
certain things. But she is. You're right. There's a lot of people who don't like her.
Do you
but
read her Twitter?
I don't.
She-
Sometimes.
Oh, she's a cop hater.
Um.
She wants the minority on her side, so she always goes up against the cops
You think so?
and against the law. Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Go read it sometime.
I don't like that. I don't like that with the making the police the enemy.
But she does it because she wants
I
them.
really don't.
Because she wants the minority vote.
Yeah,
Because-
but even there, I mean, I think if you talk to some people who live in the worst parts of the city, they'll tell you they would like the police to come. They're afraid to say anything, but they don't want to live in this, for lack of a better term, war zone that's going on on
Right.
some streets
Right.
in the city.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like that's bad. The Police Accountability Board, I always questioned because it's hard to have people tell you how to do your job when they've never done your job.
right. Yeah.
Would be my thing, and not
Should be retired police officers.
yeah, or yes,
more
or
politicians
judges
and
or
stuff like that,
somebody.
yeah.
People who had some experience with that sort of thing. I mean, it was like in radio, you had old radio guys coming in who were consultants, or they had
Right.
run stations, and you know what I mean, and they had knowledge of how this stuff works. I don't know. I was always surprised at that, and I guess you could have a citizen voice if you're going to have a board, okay, but. And even that became a big joke. Didn't they have like sexual harassment within the board? Like somebody got fired and they sued, and then
Has that Police Accountability Board done anything at all yet, other than
I don't know.
read a couple of letters?
I don't know. And I think that it's one of these
I mean, I
things.
understand it. And I get it. And I understand why it's independent, so that it's not.
Sure.
Mark's a former cop. Kevin's in trouble. I'm gonna back
Yeah.
my cop buddy.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's I think why they have it as an independent.
Right,
It's,
but I
it's
thought they
still
had-
difficult, like you said, to
I don't know how you do it.
know the job.
I don't
I don't
know how
know.
you do it. But anyway. All right. Well, there you go. Jeffrey Rogers. We'll see what happens with him.
Maybe he should run the Police Accountability Board.
I mean, it's just funny. No one's got any video of this when he got pulled over. I mean, the cops had to come, right?
There has got
Somebody
to be.
knows this kid.
My son, who's 14, Jameson, you've met Jameson. Jameson loves to look. Jameson argued with him on the air, basically saying, I called him up once. I said, hey, Jeffrey Rogers in here. And he started going at Jeffrey because he watches these videos of kids, other guys in Rochester who just slam Jeffrey. But then Jeffrey, I guess, also on his reporting, somebody came in and picked him up and threw him into a wall. The kid looks like he weighs 110 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
And they threw him into a wall.
He's like 5'6" and like 80 pounds soaking wet.
What the hell?
He goes in some areas that
He
are not,
does,
not somewhere you'd want to go. I tell you that.
No, not at all. But it was something. But this wasn't even that. This was somebody getting funds for something like they shouldn't have. So he questioned it. So they came down, and I think Willie Lightfoot gets mad at him with certain questions he asked. Actually, there's something he brought up that the mayor and Willie Lightfoot are now investigating because he brought it up. So he's got, there's some guts about it, but this is stupid. You just can't go racing a car with no windshield, you dummy. But anyway, we'll take a moment. Maybe I'll save your creep stuff for one more set. I got a thing that's very interesting.
Got to percolate the creep.
Well, no, I want Mark to rate something on a creep scale from 1 to 10. How creepy is this? And I think it's something that I may have done, and I may do if I knew somebody. I'll explain when we get to it. But there's I got a bunch of football things to get to, and Matt's here, and the draft is coming up, and I
got 10 days.
Somebody sent me a parody video. I'll put it up on the screen for us to watch too, of the Texans and C.J. Stroud and introducing. Did you see this?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic. And then since O.J. passed, one last thing. They're trying to sell the white Bronco.
Are they? He still had that?
His or Al's?
He does
Al.
not.
It's
it was Al's.
Oh, Al's is the one you want.
We'll
He's
give
the
you
one
the
that's
whole.
selling that.
We'll give you the whole thing as to who tried to buy it.
I think they both had white Broncos.
But this was Colin. This is Al's.
But
Yeah,
Al's
this-
is the one you want.
Well,
Al's is the one that was in the chase.
We'll see what the article says. But BTB Woodfire Pizza and Grill. So
New record was set tonight.
It was. Congratulations. Congratulations, Bill.
3 minutes of patty.
So I didn't realize because I kept saying that I love. So I'm looking at the April specials, and the April specials are fantastic. The BTB Smash Burger, and I did not pay attention to double smash patty.
I may have sent it to you before we made it a double.
No, it says right here.
Okay,
It says double.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's my
Yeah.
stupidity. But double smash patty, because when I bit into it, I go, wow. Because the smash patty's great, but it's a little thinner.
Yeah.
You put just enough thickness in there. That's nice.
Yeah, you got to have two of them.
And then the grilled jalapenos, the onion straws give you that nice crunch. The hot honey, so you get this sweet with the spicy, and the pepper jack cheese. But the bacon jalapeno cream cheese was the one.
Killer, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Takes enough heat away and gives you the taste.
Yeah. And then I asked for the chips, but you can get that with fries. It's unbelievable.
I'll be honest with you, I questioned it.
You
I
did?
I did.
Okay.
I questioned if people were going to like it,
Yeah.
and she said it'll be fine, and it's been a huge hit.
Yeah. And you had it today, too.
I did. I had it today for lunch. I'm still
Is that
full.
the first time you had it?
Yeah.
Okay. And what
How
do you
you gonna
think?
question
I thought it was
Stephanie?
amazing.
How are you going to question Stephanie?
There's a lot of questions with Stephanie a lot of times. Don't worry.
You might catch a right cross if you question her too much.
Well, I would think, sure, because you got to know that. I mean, you can come up with the greatest thing in the world, but if it's not going to sell.
Yeah, I
am
have
I
final say on what goes and what happens. So
Yeah.
there's times where things don't make it to that menu because I go, that's never going to work. And this one I was worried about the bacon cream cheese and all that. I was like, can't we just do a regular smash burger? And she's like, we don't do anything regular around here.
Tell me if this is a stupid idea. You guys, every month, I've never known a place like this come out with unbelievable specials every single month.
Yeah.
Would you ever have people that could sign up and pay to be like a taste, almost like,
Like a judge?
Not a judge, but you know how they used to have, like, when they would do commercials, they'd bring in a group of people and they'd pay them and somebody sit behind
okay.
double glass.
Like a focus group?
Yeah, like a focus group for your specials. So you say one that, like, this one, I didn't think it was going to work. And then you bring in 25 people. They have to pay a fee to be part of this group, but they get to taste some of the specials and decide, help shape out the menu, round out the menu.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how the specials go. They come in, they have dinner, they try the specials, they tell us they suck or they don't.
Yeah, I guess they're right. No, I thought it'd be another, like,
not a
secret
bad
way.
idea, though.
People like being in, like,
Or a-
secret clubs. You know what I'm
That's true.
saying?
That's true.
That would be the thing.
Or a Stephanie best of didn't make it menu?
You're right.
Oh, the best.
Yeah,
that
maybe
didn't make it.
You know, in January we do. Hey, these ones didn't make the menu. Here you go. Here's your
Didn't
specials
make
for the
it.
month.
The didn't make it dinner club. I like that.
I don't know.
You have to
I don't know if
make
she
it
can
half
handle that.
best of.
Would she be upset?
I don't know if she can handle that. Somebody telling her that they didn't like it.
Hey, did you have the dirty martini
I did.
pasta?
I did.
How good is that?
That's amazing.
Wow, I like that.
I did it with rigatoni instead of
Yeah.
angel hair. I'm more of a thicker
I like
pasta.
the idea of doing it with rigatoni. I love rigatoni though.
And the
I do, too.
rigatoni sops up the goodness
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
more.
Oh, that's a great idea. Can you change that? Like if I came to order?
The only
Or would
reason
that
I
be
was able to do it tonight is we had 2 banquets tonight going on,
Gotcha.
so we had the rigatoni made. But a lot of times you can do it to like cavatappi, or I mean, we're doing so much catering right now that we usually are making pasta every day for something. So yeah, 99% of the time, there's going to be a time where you can't.
Are you having banquets at BTB?
Yeah, so tonight we had a bowling banquet, and then that was at 6, and then at 8:30 we have an after funeral banquet, celebration of life
Sure.
type thing. So it's been busy.
Can you?
all weekend was like that.
people can just go to the website to book that.
Yeah, they send an email in, and it's
BTB
usually
Rock,
myself
right?
or Connie. Yeah,
BTBROC.com.
either
Yeah.
myself or Connie usually get back to people with that.
Okay.
And yeah, it's
a nice
it
space
books
back
out.
there.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
It's real nice. So and it was booked all weekend. It was booked Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then 2 today.
Damn.
So, yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
And the other thing is that, and I only say this because it was brought up to me by somebody who went in there, the ambiance. And we tell you all about the food and stuff, but somebody said to me, "I love the ambiance. It's just a great."
It's relaxed. It's
Yes,
loud.
yes.
It gets a little loud in there. Some people bitch it's too loud, but what are you gonna do?
Patio open yet?
Not yet.
Getting there though, right?
Yeah, it's getting there. We're having a ton of work done to it, but the weather hasn't cooperated.
Yeah, right. It's been wet. And, I don't know how it's supposed to be the rest of this
I mean,
week.
we're redoing the entire sealer on there, but also with a different stain, so it'll be a different color. We're redoing all the I don't know what they call the pillars.
Yeah.
And the top of the pillar, so there's gonna be a lot of new
And then
things
the
going
fire out, right? The
That's,
fire
a great,
pit.
that's a great night just to sit out there and
Yeah.
have a couple beers.
on. We're actually
Yeah.
taking the 2 fire pits and making them into one large one, so it'll be really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. All that happened at BTB, Wood Fire Pizza and Grill in the mall at Grease Ridge.